Hello, today I'll be taking a look at the War for Cybertron Kingdom Pipes. It comes in the standard Kingdom packaging with a smaller, environmentally friendly plastic window, which I fully support, and I wouldn't mind if they got rid of it completely. And here's a look at the packaging from all the sides. Get your standard product shots at the back. I just realized that these packagings no longer have bios or tech specs. So I guess I didn't miss it that much as an adult collector, but as a kid, I could see it having value to add more to the character's background and be able to immerse yourself into this world of characters. I think this is particularly beneficial for characters that didn't appear on the show. So maybe for those who are younger and don't know who Pipes is, in terms of the Generation 1 cartoon, he appeared in Season 3. Like many characters in this Generation 1 cartoon, new characters would appear out of nowhere without explanation, and that was the case with Pipes. I always forget that there's this piece of tape here. Season 3 began with the 5-part episode 5 Faces of Darkness, and Pipes appeared in the scene where Trypticon attacks the Autobot volcano and Teletran 1. He and a bunch of other minibots tried to stop Trypticon, but they unsurprisingly failed. And he comes with a typical instruction booklet that comes with all the War for Cybertron Kingdom figures. And here's the typical legal paper. The instruction booklet is in grayscale with green highlights to show the parts that you should be moving. And he comes tied to the typical Kingdom cardboard back piece. Here's the front. And the side shows the Kingdom collector card. And we have the weapons attached to the back at the bottom here. The cards are typically random, and I got Black Arachnia. And it's a sticker, and you can peel the sticker and you get another picture of Black Arachnia, a full body picture this time as opposed to the portrait on the front. And here's the back. He's tied to the cardboard with plastic ties. Not sure why they're not using the paper ties. I don't know why I'm using this giant box cutter. I do have an X-Acto knife, but I'm too lazy to get it. Just gotta be a little more careful not to scrape the figure. Finally, he's out of his packaging prison. Looks pretty good. Just want to check how the back is supposed to be transformed. He looks pretty nice. I think everything looks painted. I actually can't tell if the blue is painted, but it looks really nice. Just checking out the tolerances, and it seems pretty good. Pretty tight. Oh, the fist is really tight. Decent tightness on the knees. I'm checking out the tolerances because my Kingdom Huffer had really loose knees. I guess I'm basically also checking out the articulation right now. It's pretty much the same as Huffer, if you have that figure. And here are his weapons. They're a nicely painted silver. And you can just peg them into his fists. His fingers are not articulated as expected for this price point. And here he is with his dual guns. Pew pew pew. I found out from a Chinese friend that she doesn't say pew, she says pew, which I find interesting. So I guess people from China would say pew pew pew. Here he is compared to the mold he's based off of, Kingdom Huffer. You can see that there's a significant amount of mold changes. He got a completely new head sculpt, and the chest and waist piece are also different. The top of the back piece looks different, but it's actually just the same piece rotated around. We'll take a closer look at that during the transformation. There doesn't seem to be any differences in the legs. And if you wanted to make Pipes look like Huffer, you can. But you can't make Huffer look like Pipes because Huffer is missing the piece that allows you to rotate the top of the cab around. I don't have a War for Cybertron Bumblebee or Cliffjumper, but here are my Classics versions. Their color schemes may look a little bit different because I custom painted them. I'm hoping to get the reissue version of the Cliffjumper from the Buzzworthy line, but I think I like the tinted windows better than the painted bright blue windows. And here he is next to a third-party Brawn. It comes from the Mini Warriors line. I think it was made by iGear. Here he is with some other Season 3 characters. And here he is with some other War for Cybertron figures. And here he is with the G1 Encore reissue Pipes. And it's transformation time. I actually don't mind doing transformation for these new mainline figures because they're actually easy and fun to transform. First you want to remove the weapons. And then you want to rotate his lower arm so that the fists are pointing outwards. Then lift his arm to the side and then rotate them down at the shoulders. Then you want to pull down the shoulder pieces. And then pull down this top piece that's on a hinge here. Then you can lift the arms back. Open up the front part of his torso and head. Then you can turn his head around if you don't want his face being visible in alt mode. Now you can see his wheels behind his chest. What you want to do is you just want to rotate them down to the side. Now you can lift the chest back up. And now you want to take this back piece, it's on a swivel here. You just want to rotate it around. And then just collapse it back down. Then you want to rotate the fist down. So then there's a tab here behind the cab. And then there's a corresponding slot here on the smokestack or the arm. And you just want to slide the slot into the tab. So now for the legs, you just want to flip down the feet. And then rotate the bottom legs into the thighs. And flip down this white piece. And then just tap them together. And there you have him in his vehicle mode. You can take his weapons and plug it into the back. Some other places you can attach the weapon is to the side of his arm. You can have this look going on if you want. Or you can flip out his fist and put them into his fist and have this super tall smokestacks look. Or you can rotate his fist around and have the guns on the inside and make him look like he has stacks that look like this. The silly configurations are limited only by your imagination. So I missed the step in the transformation that allows him to roll. He has these tabs on the side of his hips that you need to plug into the smokestacks in order to provide clearance between the wheel and the mud flap. And now he can roll slightly more freely. And here he is in vehicle mode. And here he is compared to Kingdom Huffer. He doesn't come with the back pieces like Huffer, so it helps make them look a little bit different. You can see that the smokestacks on Pipes at the top looks a little bit different. With all the differences, you can really tell that they cared about making this figure look different from the Huffer figure. Here he is with the G1 Encore reissue Pipes. And here he is with Earthrise Optimus Prime. And of course he can pull his trailer. And here he is with some other War for Cybertron vehicles. I wasn't a big fan of Pipes or anything in the cartoon since he didn't get a lot of screen time, but I really like the Huffer mold, and I like what they did with all the changes to make this almost like a new figure, but still the same figure in essence. And I think that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching.